I grew up on Irish folk music and listening to sean-nós songs in pubs sung in Irish. Well, I wish I spoke Irish, but I'm slightly Irish. I'm a quarter Irish.
They asked him, why'd you do it? Well, try me as a man. You know, if you've been through it, then you might understand. And how could it be my fault when I do all that I can to teach you all a lesson and keep a hold of your hand?
I think a lot of what you would call Americana is the roots of, well, roots folk, you know, over to bluegrass, over to any number of genres. You know, that has a lot of crossover with American music styles, the Celtic connection, you know, transatlantic sessions. To me, that's Americana. I just love that it encompasses so many different genres.
She had the warmest hands I'd ever felt. She had a penthouse suite off San Miguel. We hardly spoke a word, but through her eyes I came to know her fairly well. I called her to come down from her balcony. Rosa, Rosa, will you dance with me?
Rosa was heavily inspired by Buena Vista Social Club, and that I grew up on that record. That's like the sound of my childhood because my dad is, you know, part Latin, and he just loved playing it in the house. So Ry Cooder's music was a big part of my like musical development, and I even went to Cuba a couple of years ago. That's what the song's about. It's just about an older woman that I met who ran a casa familia, and she was so wonderful. And I just tried to imagine, well, what would it be like if I'd visited Cuba 50 years before and I'd met her and taken her dancing? You know, she was like 90, but she was amazing.
Stopping to fix her hair in a window pane and smiling back at me through the crowd. And if she asked me again to meet her at the Floridita, I'd jump at the chance to take her hand.
Stalemate was written, I believe, in about 2 or 3 hours. My friend Elizabeth Wolfe popped by the studio, my old studio in London, and we were both having a bit of, we were having some relationship issues separately. And it was one of those songs that came about as essentially just a catharsis. It was like we both needed to vent about something. And I think actually a good chunk of it came from like a single, very like frustrated journal entry. And you know, when I think back on it, it's very honest and it's very raw. And I think that's probably why it connects, because it was just a perfect snapshot of how I was feeling at the time, and facilitated by an amazing friend.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'll cut, copy, paste in the edit, but these words are pouring out. Stopped myself before I said, better luck talking to a wall or picking up a one-way call. Clock set to your time, always falling behind.
It was lovely. I half expected for there to be an audience, but it felt wonderful. I can imagine if I was standing the opposite way, it would be very awe-inspiring. But I was actually just staring at the back of the stage for the video. But it was beautiful. It's the first time I've been here, and would love to play. Having an audience changes the way that you deliver a song, and I think there's something about the permanence of a video shoot which is a little more like, okay. I think even though everyone's recording everything these days, having an audience in the room almost breaks that wall of permanence. But nevertheless, it was really enjoyable.
But sometimes I wish you needed me more. Want you to let me in the room, but you won't open the door. You want me to know what you want before you want it. Trapped in a box again, unlucky. But sometimes I wish you needed me more. And sometimes I wish you needed me